from the Bible. And again, I fall embarrassingly and woefully short in this area, but this is a quote from the Bible, so maybe it'll be sufficient. May need a pen and paper because this is a monster one. Ask. That's it. Simple enough, huh? Asking starts the magical process of receiving. Don't be afraid to ask. It speeds up the receiving process. Only makes sense, doesn't it? If you don't ask, the chances are far greater that it greatly diminishes the odds of a quicker, favorable return. And the rest of the quote, and this will knock your socks off, and you shall receive. Wow. Why aren't we asking? Are we afraid of the answer? Might get our feelings hurt? If it is, maybe we need to work on that mental muscle. Callous that brain. Go through some trials. Only makes you better. Won't kill you. Maybe the best life-changing decision you've ever made. I call it a small tweak, a shift in attitude. You can do it. Anyone can do it. It's easy, but it's easy not to. It's your future. Why not give it a try? Be bold. Be intentional. These aren't just fun, insightful words. You must act on them. Will you? Ask, ask, ask. Works like magic. I don't know why. Karma? It just seems to put the mental and emotional process into action. Don't know how. Don't have to. This is one of those elements that many successful people are not afraid to do. Actually embrace it. Each no gets you closer to a yes. Bulletin, but be careful you are asking the right questions. And I believe to ask the right questions, you have to know what you want. And to know what you want, you have to have goals. And you must have your goals written down. If not, how do you know what to ask? Where are you going? How do you know when you get there? Ever heard of Saxton Pope? One of the greatest archers of all time? Guy says, I can have you out shooting Saxton Pope in a matter of hours. Well, that guy goes, wow, how's that? Saxton Pope can split 3 arrows in 3 consecutive shots from 35 yards. I can't outshoot Saxton. Well, the guy goes, we'll get Saxton. We'll blindfold him. We'll twirl him around about 15 times, and then we'll get him to try to hit that target. Well, the guy goes, well, that's impossible. Even if he can somehow figure out which direction the target is, he won't be able to see it. How can you hit something you can't see? How can you hit a goal you can't see or don't have? If you don't have well-designed goals, how do you know what you're doing? Here's a suggestion. Write down your 6-month, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, and retirement goals. Don't rush through it. Ponder, meditate, reflect, muse, ruminate, pray. Do whatever you have to, but write down your goals. Define and describe what you want. Ask yourself what you want, what you really want. Be clear, be specific. How high, how wide, how soon, what size, what color, how much. Then magically, if you focus on them, really focus on them and work on them with relentless, wicked, unwavering fervor, those goals will somehow astoundingly pull you in that direction. Kind of like you feed that subconscious or that basic ganglia. You start to believe. To set well-defined goals may take a while, may take a few days of intense thought, may take a few weeks, but don't neglect it. Have the discipline. Be intentional. Maybe one of those life-altering events. As you attack your goals, don't be afraid to tweak them along the way. Nothing wrong with tweaking. If we need to adjust ourselves, that's a good thing. Tweaking is hopefully an intelligent shift of getting to your end result a little quicker. Think like an adult, but have the enthusiasm and believe like a child. Kids will badger and hound you until they get what they want, won't they? Adults are too pessimistic, too skeptical, got too much of that, it'll never work, or I'm too old, I'm too short, too tall, too ugly, too fat, too skinny, too this, too that. It's really incredible how we keep punching ourselves in the gut. When will it stop? Today? Tomorrow? Next week? Are you going to be in the same place 5 years from now as you are today? It's up to you. Are you better off now than you were 5 years ago? The finality or the completion to asking is, I pay very close attention. Receiving. It's heady stuff, huh? Receiving is like the air of the ocean. There's plenty of it. You just have to go snatch what God has intended for you to have. He gave you a supercomputer for a brain. Use it. Don't reject it. Don't waste it. And don't just use 40% like most people. Stretch yourself and then stretch yourself again and again. It's very easy, but it's easy not to. If you haven't realized it by now, that is one of my favorite phrases. Do remember, you will not get everything you want. There are winners of life where you did everything right. You sowed perfectly in the spring. In the summer, you guarded your plants from those weeds, from those bugs, and other crop destroying elements. Then the fall comes, and the locust or the hailstorm comes through and destroys everything you worked so hard for. Those are the winners of life. They're coming. It's part of the deal. Be prepared. Have some good scripture ready to go. Don't scramble when it happens. We usually aren't thinking as clearly when the winners of life hit. Happens. Not fair. But hey, I wasn't around when they made that rule. I think it's part of God's big plan to purify us, make us stronger, callous us for bigger and better things. Brush yourself off, get back after it, don't stay down too long, reevaluate, dust off, get after it. That's what God wants. I call it building that mental muscle. Put the odds in your favor. We are not soft, sloppy, or mediocre. We're a miracle waiting to happen. Let's act like it. Promise yourself that you will never give up. Read those books. Listen to those podcasts. Hang around the high performance. And go to those seminars until your skills change. Until you get a firm handle on it. Until it starts to make sense. Until you get the skills to bring more value to the world. I hope the rest of 2022 is all you want it to be. And 2023 is the best year yet, filled with happiness, joy, love, and amazing memories. Thank you for your kind attention.